Hey everybody, it's Sia Patsy, and I'm here to do the extended reading for those of you who had picked card number 3 from the pick-a-pack that we did at the beginning of January. So, hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day, and I already did pack number 1 and number 2. So, those of you who have picked those packs, you can go and um, review those extended readings also. So, I can't tell you how long this is going to be. I'm already sure it's going to be pretty long because I was trying to just read through the descriptions and so that I didn't have to refer to the story. But this story for the divine masculine is needs to be shared, and also the one for the divine feminine. But it's just amazing. So I have been actually down here trying to get together. It's Monday. Monday's day for a leg bump for Archangel Michael. For those of you who go that route, but it's a day to, opportunities, clear blockages, and I'm not, you know, it seems that a lot of us who are part of this twin flame situation have been having a lot of changes since the Cancer moon, it was, I believe, at the beginning of January or the middle of January. It was Martin Luther King's weekend, I believe it was. Yes. So it's been a lot of truths and lots of cutting away of things that don't serve you anymore. Um, so there have been passings and there have been births. Um, New beginnings and new opportunities. Maybe rethinking your career. You may be rethinking this twin flame business. Mm. So, for some of us, it's been wonderful. People have been going into union and having that experience. Others of us have been just going about our business, doing our work, keeping our heads down. And others of us have been struggling, not only with, and you're not really struggling with spirit per se, you're struggling in the 3D with your partner. And some of us are ready to throw in the towel, as usual, but that's part of this. And some of us have thrown in the towel on the twin flame part of this, but hopefully, the majority of us have stuck with our spiritual part of this journey, even if we toss aside for now or forever that part of the dynamic. So my thing is, I'm determined to do my work, regardless of whatever goes on around me. I'm trying my best to stay in alignment with spirit and to follow my intuition and do what it is that God has me to do because this ain't about romance. It's not how it started out. And if it doesn't end like that, then that's not what was meant. And I have to say that I've learned a lot and I've grown a lot and I have been allowed access to so much, to just feeling so much more comfortable in my skin and accepting of myself and what it is that I do, what it is that I bring to my family and to the people around me, and what it is that I'm just open to whatever it is the spirit has for me to do. I'm just going to try to follow my divine guidance. And when I'm down, I'll just know I'm down, but I won't stay down. And learning lessons and being open to receiving. I say. Yes. So I don't know if you all know I had a death in the family. My mother's older brother passed away at the beginning of the month. Well, actually, he passed away June 9th, January 19th, and then the service was the first weekend in February, and we had to travel down to Virginia, and had a really beautiful service, and it was great to see my family. I haven't seen in such a long time, and to be there to support my mother and her siblings. And I was trying to videotape the service, and it was a mishap. So my aunt ended up having the iPad on her lap turned to the floor, and but so we got all the sound to a certain point. We had visual, but after whatever that happened, whenever that happened, there was no more visual. It was just her skirt and the service. So the songs, the words of remembrance and all that. So what I did is when I got home, I made the video. I edited it and put pictures of my mother and her brothers and sisters and growing up and family members and everything, added it to it and put a little narrative on it just because there were certain parts of the biography, the obituary that weren't as like they forgot to put in like where he was born and who his parents were. So I did that so that my mother and her siblings could have that because they weren't in charge of putting the program together or the obituary. Um, I mean, my mother helped over the phone, but I guess she didn't realize that they were going to leave out that important part. And as just as I was getting ready to turn on the computer, the camera to start your reading, my mother called, and she was waiting for my sister to get back so that she could go in the house. She was visiting over there, and so she wanted to talk. So okay, and I listened to my mother, and I'm glad that I was able to be there to have that conversation with her. She had gotten the video. She's she don't do computers. She's having a hard time getting the idea about she got an iPhone and she don't even want nobody to send her a text or anything anyway. Hmm. And we've already spoken about my mother. But today she told me she got the video and she loved it. She loved it and she was so thankful for me that I did it. And she says now that every time she wants to, she'll be able to turn it on and she can cry if she wants to or she don't have to. And she could see all the pictures. And I had his high school in there. I had his first marriage and his second marriage and his all his kids and the grandchildren, the ones that I, was able to find pictures of, but just whatever. And it was good because it focused on him and his brothers and sisters. So she was very happy. And I was happy that she was happy. And it was mm, something else. And then Spirit said, after I hung up from her, that is because I'm open. And so therefore I can also be receptive because I don't care what they think about what I do or anything like that. I'm going to be who I am when I am, wherever I am. You know, I worked a job that I didn't talk about. for years, and I was miserable. And it was an acceptable job, proper, responsible. And I did what I could do until one day I just said enough. And that's exactly what happened. I just woke up one morning, getting ready for work, and I just said, you know what? What am I doing? And I picked up the phone and I told them to tell me what day I can retire. And they said, oh, they'll have the information by the time I got back to my office. Because I was a supervisor at this point. And when I walked in my office and I picked up the phone and I said, what? And they said, well, you could leave on day A or day B. It's up to you because you could leave right now. And I said, okay. And I'm not an irresponsible person. So you're supposed to give a place 2 weeks notice. I gave them a month. I said, I'll take A. And that was it. Went outside, told my co-workers, I'll be going in a month. And I was. And that has made all the difference. Because then this started and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know anything. I had no idea what was going on. All I know is I was out of that job and I wanted to travel. I wanted to see places. I wanted to touch different places. Like you have your bucket list, and it was Barbados, Panama, Hawaii. Um, yeah, yeah, that was it. There are other places, but like long distance, those type of trips. And I did that. I broke my leg in the interim of that, which was weird. But it was so that I would slow down. Because if I didn't break my leg, maybe I would not have been so mm, confined and limited, you know? And it's still a little numb, but it's getting better and better over time. But it's been years now. And again, it's all part of the journey, even the bad things. I look at it like, oh, okay, there was a reason for that. You know how they say you'll understand it better by and by? That's what is going on. And all of these things, all the losses and all the gains. So it was good before this twin flame thing started, and it's going to be all right between from this day and every day forward. As long as the Creator sees it fitting for me to breathe and have a way to communicate or whatever, I'm good with it as it is. And all these things will be added on if it's in keeping with the plan of the divine. So, anyway, 13 minutes. I'm so sorry. If you don't like long videos, I can't promise what's going to happen. But you can fast forward if somebody wants a timestamp. 13:30 hours, 13:33. There we go. So, for the divine masculine, pack number 3, you had gotten 3 cards for you. The first one was Garuda. Garuda talks about travel. The second card was Yeshua, God of Unity. Ashe. Number 1. And the Direction Guardian. Choose your path. So, in the first video, the Pick a Pack, we went into detail about these energies, right? Garuda talks about travel. And travel opens your experience and expands the self. Whatever journey you wish to take, you are protected. So, for the divine masculine, this is saying that if there's somewhere that you feel you are bound for, destined to do, some travel that you want to take, a trip you want to go on, you're protected. And this morning, the song I kept getting was Step by Step Whitney Houston. I love that. That's my theme song. But I hadn't played it for a little bit, and this morning, that's what I kept hearing. There's a bridge and there's a river that I still must cross. And as I'm going on my journey, though I might be lost, there is a road I have to follow, some place I have to go. And no one's told me just how I'll get there, but when I get there, I'll know. But I'm taking it step by step. This is basically the story of Garuda. Okay? He had a mission. Okay? He is featured in the Vedas, Vedas, um, and is part of the Hindu text, right? And then later on, he's spoken about in the Sanskrit, which is the Indian epic. I'm sorry, in the Great Sanskrit, which is like a holy scripture for the Hindu. And I'm having a hard time with my eyes this afternoon. And Maharata, which is like Shakespeare, Homer, and the Bible. That's the importance of that in that culture, right? Um, he is much loved for his assistance to Vishnu in a number of heroic avatars. So there are lots of stories and fables and myths and accounts of Garuda's exploits. Perhaps the most well-known story featuring Garuda is that of his kidnapping of his mother Vinata, 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 after she lost her bet to her sister, the serpent queen Kadru. All right, so that's one of the most popular stories about Garuda, saving his mother who had been kidnapped after she lost a bet with her sister Kadru. Garuda asked the serpents what would it take to free his mother, and they said to him an elixir of immortality. It's called Amrita, Amrita. This Amrita sat in heaven with the gods, and they had it well guarded, not just by a ring of fire and a machine of whirling blades, but also by two poisonous snakes of great mass and great evilness. Although he knew the gods were omniscient, omnipotent, you know what I'm saying. They know everything. Omni, omniscient. This is too ridiculous. Anyway, senior moments. He knew the gods know everything, right? The God is knows everything you do, everything you think of before you even think about it, right? Omnipresent. But that's not the word that I'm messing up over here. Brave Garuda flew to confront them and battle for the Amrita. Powered with the love for his mother, and flying with super speed, Garuda defeated all. He extinguished the fire by sucking up rivers and spitting them into the blaze. Diminishing his size, he crept under sharp blades and ripped apart the two serpent guards. Taking the precious liquid into his beak, he soared downward toward the mass of serpents waiting for his return. So Garuda is a shapeshifter. I was getting ready to say shaper. He is a shapeshifter too. He can make himself small. He can get in and out. Okay, he disguised himself to do whatever he needed to do to trick whatever he needed to trick in order to get the elixir. While passing a cloud, he spotted Vishnu, who did not wish to battle Garuda. Instead, the two gods reached a gentle compromise, an agreement. Vishnu granted Garuda immortality, so he had no need to drink the Amrita, and Garuda promised to support Vishnu by being his companion and his mount. So he was going to be the one that takes Vishnu on his travels. Back on Earth, Garuda placed the Amrita in the view of the snakes, and his mother was safely freed from the prison. The snakes quickly scrambled to drink the treasure, but Garuda suggested that it was only right to perform a prayer beforehand. As they did, the god Indra swooped down to retrieve the potion and return it back to the heavens. From that day forward, Garuda was Vishnu's magical mount, whose speed and agility were key to so many of Vishnu's victories. So he tricked the snakes too, gave them what they wanted, freed his mother, reminded them to be grateful and pray, and as they did that, gave the other god time to come and retrieve the Amrita and take it back to the gods where it belonged. The idea of a bird going through fire and not only surviving but flourishing like the phoenix is part of Garuda's energy. Garuda is still a potent symbol of flight today. It's even the name of Indonesia's national airline. Thailand also uses Garuda as a symbol. Thailand also uses Garuda as its symbol, but it is the Buddhist representation which they're using here. All right, that is of the winged deity that can change itself into a human, like a Pegasus, like a Centaur for Sagittarius, could be Sagittarius energy in a way, right? So, unicorn even. The Indian Brahmini kite, a small bird of prey, is considered the living representation of this god, although it's much smaller than the most large eagle-like representations that they've had of Garuda. Call upon Garuda when you're about to undertake a difficult journey or for protection while you're traveling. If you need to make a connecting flight, are traveling on your own for the first time, or even learning how to drive, Garuda will listen to your petition and help you. His presence in your life indicates travel is near and that the phoenix aspect, his presence in your life may indicate travel is near, or that the phoenix aspect, that you will flourish after an initial period of trial and possibly hardship, is active. So it is saying that you're going to be feeling renewed. Something that may have been holding you back is going to be lifted. You're going to feel a renewal. Some of you have been going through an awakening, a renewal of your spirit, and a urge to travel or to go towards something that you have been led to do. So this is putting you on your path for some of you. Others of you, you are going to be taking a trip for business or for spirituality. But you are on a journey and it's been a long time coming. All right, so this is also one of his symbols is also the cosmic egg, and I believe we got the cosmic egg in pack number 2. So somehow or another, these are kind of connected. All right, and there is a prayer There is a lovely prayer for safety and protection when undertaking a journey, either physical or spiritual. You may like to place a feather or an egg on your altar, and if you have one, on your nightstand or desk in reverence to Garuda. Be watchful of me, Garuda, as I sit upon your back, as we travel over green fields, as we glide over blue seas. Place your wings around me as I race around the earth, as I fly against the sun, as I move faster than my shadow. You are my safe seat. You are my force of stability. As I adventure and change, bless me as I journey and arrive. Ashe Atsum, I have arrived. So, for protection in your travels, Divine Masculine, and I think that is in keeping. Oh, and if I didn't say, that was by Stacy DeMarco and Tony Mentone. Jimmy Mentone. What am I saying? Tony Mentone. You know, folks, that was from Scarface. Okay? But, yeah. Those cards, the Gods and the Titans and the Goddess and Sirens. All right? So this is all from that deck. All that is quote, end quote. All right? So, Garuda is travel, and the Direction Guardian talks about choosing your path. So, I think this is in keeping with that idea that someone is on their way. Journey. Yeshua. Number 1. Jesus energy. Unity. Peace. Humility. Leadership. But humble leadership. So, there may be some of you divine masculines who are going to make peace with your divine masculine, with your divine feminine, probably. After a long time, after a long journey, after some hard work that you have put into yourself and into finding the direction or being led. You may have had an awakening, and there are some who are on a journey, and they are going to be protected because they're going in peace and humility and strength, and they're following their intuition. They know what they already know the outcome. You do. Just maybe a little scary, maybe a little painful, but Christ knew that too. He knew the outcome, but that didn't mean it wasn't painful and it wasn't scary. But he did it anyway because he knew that the end of the path was going to be not only important for him, it was going to be important for humanity. He knew he had a mission. He knew he had service. And as scary as it was, and as painful as it was, and even though he would have had to leave behind his mother, his friends, people who depended on him, his love. But it wasn't about him, even though it was about him, but he was about his father's business. Eh? That's what they say in the Bible. So, you're taking on that energy and that protection, the desire to unify, to get a clear understanding, knowing that this is a sacrifice or it's a battle, but it will be worth it even if it's painful. It's what you have to do. but because we have free will, you have decided, or you're going to be deciding on a certain path, and you are going to be communicating that, I guess, to your divine feminine, however way, but with love, with compassion, with humility, following your intuition. Knowing however it goes is the way it's supposed to go. Acceptance. Okay? Acceptance. And love. Self-love. Because that's the number one. So love of self. Compassion for yourself. Understanding of yourself. But open and receptive. So I use the 4 tarot for pack number 2, I believe. So I'm going to use the after tarot for pack number 3. Right? Kind of see if we're getting a progression, because that's what it seems like is happening. And that was before I even paid attention to it. Because when I shuffled those cards and put them, the clip on them and put them in the book or whatever, I really don't go back and look at it. Even when I shuffle on camera or don't, they fall, I turn them over. Or don't even really look at them until I turn on the camera. That's just how it is. But this time I wanted to read it beforehand. So there was a message that I needed to have. That's what whenever I feel like I need to read them beforehand, is because the message is something that pertains to something that I need to understand in my own life, in my own journey. So it resonated somewhat. That's why I had that song Step by Step this morning. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, as I just finished, 6 of Swords. So this is having made the journey. Having made the journey, leaving some of the hurt behind, taking the truth with you. There may be, maybe the divine feminine has a child, or you have a child. But reach the destination. You're getting ready to step onto dry land, and the waters look pretty calm. It's not dark in the sky. It's not sunshine, but it doesn't look bleak. And you're comfortable. You don't even have on shoes. It's not even shoes. You got like socks. So you're real comfortable with your decision. This path that you are going on, or you will be, because this is the after tarot, right? So after you make this, or as last chapter, you're making the journey. You've made a decision to go in a certain path, and you have arrived at your destination. Oh, the Chariot. This represents, it could represent Cancer, it could represent Sagittarius for me. It is the number 7, and this is a 6. So this is progress, right? 6 and 7. Yeah, wow. Progress. So, Chariot. You are you've got a candle in your hand, so this is a light, and you have the magician's wand. So as above, so below. Health, you're pointing to, with the wand, you're pointing to health. So you feel like this is a healthy decision. You feel like this is a healthy decision. And you have something in your hand. If that's not a candle, could be a bottle, an elixir. Could be that same elixir that Garuda was trying to get, or something similar to it. But you're going to use your medicine, whatever it is that you have, to heal, or going towards the healing. Mm. And you are taking both your shadow and your light side. You have them under control. The divine masculine and the divine feminine energies within you are balanced. Okay, so heading towards, you've gotten your new beginning. You are confident. You have chosen a direction that you are headed towards. And you feel balanced. You're at peace with your decision. Okay, let's get one more card. Alrighty, so then we have the King of Pentacles. So this is a reliable, steady, established person. So you may be dealing with someone who's a Taurus, but this King of Pentacles is reasonable, thoughtful, and he is gentle. He uses his authority in a gentle way. So again, all right, so this goes again with this type of energy, right? Having the authority, but using it in a gentle way. I'll say. So there's some stability that you are offering. You're offering stability. You are on a journey to become stable or offer stability to someone who you think is a very stubborn person, perhaps. Could be a divine feminine, could be a parent, a child, could be a job, could be a job. You could be going to work on Wall Street, right? Arrived in New York, and you are good, got everything together, know where you're going, and you start your job tomorrow because today is a holiday in the United States. But I'm saying if this is about your work and not about your spiritual path. But if you're watching this, this is about that twin flame journey again, or at least your spirituality, divine masculine. Okay? So you are going to be gentle and fair and listen and take your time. The King of Pentacles does not need to be harsh because he knows that he is running things. He knows that he is good. He knows that he is good however way it turns out because he has confidence in himself. So, and the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands. So this is accepting of someone else who will help protect you, or who will you allow someone to come into. Okay, so the Nine of Wands is protection, right? Paranoia even. And so this is you allowing someone, and it could be spirit because this is a 9, all right? But allowing yourself to accept someone in to help you. Someone who is going to either help protect you or defend you, or like be your corner person. Yeah. An ally, a friend. So this could be someone who you're talking to, who you are confiding in, letting down your guard. It could be the divine feminine. It could be a friend, right? Could be someone you look up to, or someone you consider an equal, but you are allowing them to be part of the thing that you are trying to protect yourself from. So someone is either coming to offer to help you, to take some of the stress away, because now they have one of the wands in their hands. Someone to help you defend yourself or take some of the load for you. Okay, very nice. Anything else? Let's see. All right, for the divine masculine. Okay, yeah. You've been thinking and resting and resting and thinking and meditating and all that, and finally you are like, someone has, could be this person who's come to wake you up or come to let you know that it's time. So this could be divine timing. Maybe you had, maybe you got a message from spirit, an angel, ancestor, someone that may have come to you while you were doing your meditation, all right, and letting you know that it was time for you to get up, that you have contemplated it enough, that you have meditated on it sufficiently, and you need to get on. Your path to your new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, and that is falling on top of the King of Pentacles, my God, which is covering the God of unity, Yeshua, Jesus, peace and prosperity. Once you get up and move, once you let down your guard, let somebody else help you with your burden. It could be spirit, it could be the divine feminine, it could be a friend, it could be whatever, but putting down your guard and allowing someone to help you. Wow. See, someone, the hanged man. Hmm. Someone is coming to help you, or someone came to help you while you were hanging. You received some nourishment during your awakening. You found out that you weren't alone, that someone cared, even though you were still hanging there. Oh my goodness. And here you go. Ready to offer your pentacle. Knight of Pentacles. All right, there's some movement. The horse isn't standing still. They're plodding forward. So, enough confidence, enough rest, enough healing, an awakening, enough encouragement, enough compassion, so that you feel that you can make the journey, that you can fix whatever it is that you need to get together to do whatever it is that God has for you to do. So that's wonderful. So that's what's going on right now for you. Hopefully this resonated with you. So let's see what's going on for the Divine Feminine. Card that you got, Divine Feminine, at 4653. Athena. Strategy. So it talks about making a plan, strategizing, and energy that you had gotten last month was Queen Esther, the Morning Star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So, this talks about you being able to put aside your ego in the service, I'm trying to say, the ability to put aside ego for the greater good. I say, thank you. Put aside ego for the greater good, to be of service. And know that all things are happening for you in divine timing. And the third card was Lilith, the goddess of power, number 7. So this is divinely orchestrated and planned as it should be. 7, perfection. God's signature. I heard someone say, I thought that was cool. I like that. Power, equality, standing up for yourself. Standing up for yourself, but also being willing to put aside ego. So it sounds like you're balancing a little something there too, Divine Feminine. Your masculine and your feminine side is being balanced, being in service, and being aware of your power, and knowing how to balance them both. That's what that is. Okay. Queen Esther, that story has always, well, not always, but since I started with this journey myself. She represents a twin flames journey. Her and King Ezra's was a twin flame journey with three people: Malachi, her cousin, and King Xerxes and herself. Right? So, the power of three. I was given that this morning. The power of three in the scriptures, in these stories. It's a lot. It'll make this a lot longer than it is already going to be. But there's the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit in those, in that tradition. And there are other traditions that there are three entities that work hand in hand to get something from one place to another. So there's a power of three, and this is the 3-pack. So this is you showing your power or coming into your power in service. Athena, strategy. So again, the same song. There's a road and there's a river that I still must cross, and as I'm going on this journey, although I might be lost, there's a road I have to follow and a place I have to go. And though no one's told me how I'm going to get there, somehow I'll get there. I know. But I'm going to take it step by step, brick by brick, mile by mile, stone by stone. And this road gets rough and ruined. A lot of dangers along the way. So many troubles might come upon me and so many problems that I'll have to face. But I won't let my spirit fail me. And I will not let my spirit go until I get to my destination. I'm going to take it slow, but when I get there, I'll get there step by step. Day by day. Mile by mile, because I'm being shown the way. My own way. Going my own way. Don't give up. You got to hold on to what you got. Don't give up. Keep on moving. I know you're hurting. I know you're blue. But don't let these bad things get to you. I'm talking about step by step. Wow. Amen, Ashe. And they gave me that the other day, that music, these words. This is how Spirit has been talking to us and wants us to pay attention to these lyrics, and that they will change them and adjust them however way they want to get their point across. So that's what we're dealing with. So let's, you know what? Just let me move him a little here. Put you there. Okay. So we can focus on you for a little while. Athena, strategy. So, the Greek city of Athens is named after the wisest goddess in the entire pantheon, Athena, who was beautiful, strong, refined, and rational. Athena thoughtfully encourages and leads humans and favorite heroes. Her avatar is an owl, which symbolizes her reputation for wisdom. Okay. Athena is the daughter of Zeus, and she was born from his brow, and she sat by his side on Mount Olympus, helping him with all of his decision making. She is a goddess with many attributes, including weaving, scholastic attainment, intelligence, philosophy, and olive oil production. She influences many aspects of life. She's a goddess of war, but her energy is not about bloodlust and destruction. Instead, it's about strategy and leadership and protection, resolution of disagreements without spilling blood. A very valuable asset, a very valuable attribute. So, this is about being able to be strong, protective, to defend yourself, using your intelligence and rationality, and nobody gets hurt. Oh my goodness. She is in the midst of ancient Greece, and she played a role in the fall of Troy and in the adventures of Perseus and the trials of Odysseus. Perseus again goes back to the idea of Garuda, right? The winged messenger, the winged horse. So they are connected even in this. Interesting. So this may be your divine masculine in you, or this could be you separately from any divine masculine. But if this resonates, then that divine masculine may be connected to you in your story. All right? So if you've been waiting for somebody, they're on their way. You can watch that part of it if you want to, if you didn't watch the first part. But that's basically what's happening. They've gotten up their strength, their courage, they've understood their direction, and they are coming, and they are going to be kind, and they're going to listen, they're going to share, they're going to be open, and they are going to show you a side of them that is very positive and comforting and strong and reassuring. So, I just saved you from having to watch that part. All right, so Athena and Poseidon argued over who would claim the city that was not named yet. All right, so this is how Athens got its name. Okay. Athena suggested that the people vote for their patron deity by deciding who gave them the best gifts. Poseidon gave the city a saltwater spring, which allowed them the ability to sail and to trade. So that means they could travel. There was in the marketplace, right? And that's important. That's a key to success for a harbor city, which is where this was. But this water could not be drunk. It could only be used to transport. Now, Athena gave the gift of the olive tree, from which citizens could glean oil and food and wood. So the citizens of Athens declared Athena the winner, and that's how Athens got its name. When you need a little bit more wisdom, Athena gives clear, prompt advice. She is a queen of strategy and therefore helpful, invaluable help in working your way out of any convoluted dilemma, whether it be a big game, an election, a job interview, or simply a situation that requires a carefully planned approach. Ask for Athena's help when you plan any kind of strategy or need sharp intelligence in order to solve a problem. She has a very modern and enduring strategy that you can call upon almost every day. So Athena's energy is energy that you can carry with you all the time, divine feminine, as you go to work, as you interact with family, friends, whatever. In other words, be prepared, all right? Have a strategy and be able to adjust it as necessary. That's part of the power, okay? And again, knowing when to put aside your own ego for the greater good. All right? And understanding divine timing. So, her symbols are also an owl and olives, owl feathers, bright bird-like eyes, a spear. Okay, so right on a piece of paper there's an invocation for Athena. All right. To call on Athena for wise counsel, get a symbol of Athena. This could be anything from an owl or even a picture of an owl, a statuette of her, a feather representing an owl, olives, or a picture of a war helmet. You could even screenshot this, I guess, and edit it. That'd be fine. You need a piece of paper and a pen, a white or blue candle, a sprig of fresh rosemary, a teaspoon of olive oil in a small dish, and a small ceramic bowl. Write on a piece of paper. It needs to be ceramic because it seems like you're going to be setting it on fire. So you don't want anything that's going to be able to burn. So ceramic bowls or terracotta, right? Something that is not going to melt or crack or burn. And you're going to be doing this in a fire-safe area. So you can do it outside even. Write on a piece of paper what area you would like to have more wisdom in. Then you light the candle and you say out loud, "Bright-eyed Athena, free daughter of Zeus, ever wise, I ask that you hear my call. I place gifts for you here." And then you put the symbols for Athena in front of the candle, and I ask that you bless me with your wisdom and strategic insight. Pick up the piece of paper with your question on it and say, "I need your divine assistance with this." State what is written on the paper. I release this to you, knowing that you will give me the guidance I need and that you will show me clearly and promptly what to do. I only need listen. Now burn the paper, putting it into the bowl carefully, and chant 3 times. Wise, wise Athena, bright-eyed and clear, increase my clarity and reduce my fear. Crush the sprig of rosemary, releasing the aromas, and say, "Let me remember your wisdom and your support, and know I have it in myself." Now dip your finger in the olive oil and anoint your forehead with it. The goddess will bless you and assist you. Blow out the candle with thanks. Wow, Ashe. All right, see, that's how I get in trouble. I'm reading from a book. They'll be saying I'm a witch. So anyway, I'm going to hold it here. So perhaps you can screenshot later that part of this incantation. And I'll do it for this also. This way you can screenshot it and get that information. Right? I hope I held it up long enough. Or you could order this deck, and the goddess and the sirens are separate from the gods and the goddesses, the gods and the titans, but it's the same author. You can also Google it on the internet, and they probably have it somewhere in the image. Okay, so that's what we are dealing with here for you, Divine Feminine. You have to be strategic, use that energy for your dark and light side also, letting it be at the forefront. So I'm going to use the After Tarot for you too. right? Let's see what, my goodness. All right, there's 3 cards right there. Okay, so we have the 3 of coins. So this is having put in the work. Someone is coming to I don't know, bring you something, cover you, cover your back, bring you warmth. Whatever you've been carrying, you've been working, you have been accumulating alone, kind of cold, I guess, feeling a little outside or stuck. And so here's someone is bringing you something to warm you, something to cover you, something to bring you out of the cold and bring something to make you feel warm, something, give you a chance to put it down for a little while, to relax. And they have tools to help you. So this is someone who's coming to help you. They come to work. They have their tools there, and they are going to help you do the work. So this could be your divine masculine or someone, or you could be getting some help at work in your regular work at, like an assistant or apprentice. Okay, so you could be getting an apprentice to help you in your work. If you're doing spiritual work, maybe you're going to be getting an apprentice, someone to give you a hand, help you. That's good. The next card, wow, this is the 8 of Wands, but this is like direct, quick action. Again, we have the sign of Sagittarius in here again. Could also be love. But this is like determined, planned, so strategy, I guess. But it's definitely something that is maybe previous messages were like sad or down, brought things down or brought things to a halt. And now direction is going to be changed upward. So a more positive messages are going to be sent. You're going to be sending a positive message, or a positive message is on its way to you. Okay, so this is the message about the help that you're going to get. A positive message about someone that's coming to help you, someone that's coming to give you a chance to rest, to warm up. Again, a corner man, just like the divine masculine has here. His corner man shows up. So that could be your divine masculine, or you showing up to help someone else. And the number 4 for the Emperor, stability, loyalty. This could be someone who is a fire sign, Aries. All right. Could be a Taurus, Libra. Emperor. This is someone who has been stubborn, but maybe ready to relax, lay back a little bit, still being aware, still paying attention, but being more generous and spiritual, but seeing from all angles. See how all the little ram's heads are all pointing in different angles. And ready to get up at any time, but willing to be open. So this could be your energy, or this could be the energy of the divine masculine, but I'm thinking it's your energy. You're on guard, but you are being generous. You have the ability to be generous, and you are trying to hold up the spiritual aspects, all right? Or you know that you are right about something, but you're willing to be generous and lay back a little. Strategy. Okay. And we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of your deck, number 10. Okay. So, something is definitely changing. And it is changing. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we have here Sun. So this is Leo energy. So some of you could be Leo. Some fire sign, at least, is involved in this at some place. You have fire signs, Taurus, Aries. Yeah, air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Definitely the Sun. So this could be Gemini energy because we have twins. But we have the Sun. Oh, this is happiness, playfulness, tug of war, little struggle there, love, protected by the ancestors. Now, why is that? Oh, so this twin, I guess this is the girl. She's got a headdress and oh, what did they talk about? Having a feather or something? A feather in your cap? A feather in your crown? Wisdom, protection. Yeah, because that's like the same color as that the card in Sagittarius, right? Temperance, the angel's wings are that same red. So this is protection, and this is going right into her crown chakra. And she has on a crown, whereas the companion is just hanging on and pulling back, actually. They're pulling back on it as she's trying to take the flag forward. He's trying to yank back, but he seems to be having a good time doing it. But she's still going forward. But again, they're together and it's playful. It's not a contentious. It's just how they have fun, how they relate to each other. And then we have 7 of Cups. So, looks like someone has made a decision, all right? And they are going forward with love and healing. And someone is open. This is an open option. So receiving. So someone has made a decision and someone is open to what's being offered. So one of the options has been chosen, and this is going to be a very going to heal the situation. So you or the divine masculine or whoever is coming has made a decision, and they're going to come to you, and you're going to be open to it. And that's a 7. And the chariot that the divine masculine had is a 7 also. So that could be related to that energy of someone on route towards you to bring you some healing. All right, to offer you healing, and you are being open to it, and that falls on top of the Emperor. So that's you again being vigilant, but open to letting go your ego, because you know your power. But you're letting go your ego for the cause of spirit, in service to the creator, in service to the collective. So the rest of us thank you for being so generous and allowing yourself to be open so that you can receive whatever it is that's being presented to you. The truth. So perhaps you've been waiting for the truth, but maybe the reason it's taken so long is because the divine knew that it was going to be hurtful and that you needed to be protected. Because maybe you had on blinders, or the divine has decided to have you focus and rely on them to protect you and to hold you up, okay, and keep you forward, focused and going forward, even with the hurt and the injuries and the damage and the baggage that's attached. There's wisdom that you've gained. This is a hawk. That is energy of, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is energy of being protected and supported as you become more aware of the truth, or as the truth is presented to you, still being able to remain strong even though the truth may hurt or it may be burdensome. It may be heavy. Oh, see. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands, I'm sorry. Put down a lot of this load. And you looking back on and saying, how did I get over? Looking back at everything that you have gone through. And how you have been able to carry all of these loads all this way by yourself, and finally you get to put it down and rest. Well, you're not going to leave all of those sticks on the ground. You might just carry one with you for protection. You never know. You never know. But it's like looking back on how heavy it was and knowing that something positive came out of all of them because they still have all these little green things hanging. So they weren't for nothing, right? And you can still hold on to those, to the strength that got you through that. Because that's still going to protect you going forward, but not with all this extra stuff. You've been protected and you've gained wisdom and you've followed the path and you've followed the messages as they were received, and someone now has decided that they're going to come and help you, or you may be getting a business partner that's coming to help you, someone who's willing to invest in your business. That could be what that three of coins is also. And that could be totally separate from anything that has to do with the divine masculine, or it could be the same energy, same person. They could be coming to help you financially. The divine masculine could be coming to make a financial offer to you, or stability if not. And there also could be someone coming towards you in your 3D life who's going to help you with your businesses. Maybe this is you putting out a call for help, right? So maybe you place an ad, all right? Maybe you put the word out, or maybe you were searching, trying to find someone who would be able to get to, do the job the way you needed it to be done. And you are going to hire that person, or that person is going to present themselves, and you are going to be very happy that you have a chance to relax now after you've been carrying this burden by yourself. You and this person are going to get along fine. Maybe a bit of a power struggle, but you're the boss, so don't even, you're the one that's doing the hiring, right? So, but you're not going to be a jerk about it, all right? Because strategy is always in play. Don't burn bridges that you don't have to burn, because you may need to lean on that same thing that was so heavy. You may have to lean on it again. Just saying, strategy. Try not to be emotional, and it's hard. I know. But it's for a purpose. Again, part of the strategy. So let's see what we can get from. I hope that resonated for someone. It's really pretty good, actually. You're just being reassured that you're being protected, that your power is in your rationality, and not to let anybody get you out of your come out the old way. Even older than me, I used to hear them say make somebody come out of their bag, like you make somebody change. A bag, I guess, is the way that you carry yourself. Like James Brown said, Papa got a brand new bag. So the divine masculine got a brand new bag. Okay. Yeah, so the way you carry yourself, okay, and the way you allow yourself to be seen, and your image, your ego. You have an ego, and you have a right to it. You also have to know to put your ego aside for the better good, right? But you have a right to have an ego. Why not? Why not? The divine masculine has an ego. Nobody tells him to tamp his down, except to be humble. So you now have apparently found your ego over the last few weeks or months or years going through this journey. And so you're proud of yourself, and you're becoming more and more confident in your abilities, right? In your path, what it is that is your job for you to do. And that's great, and that's what they want. They would want that from you. But just remember that keep your eye on the prize. What is this all about? What is the purpose? The purpose is service. The purpose is spiritual growth. The purpose is to share with the collective. The purpose is to clear up any karmic debt that you have, your family has had, to complete your contract, because you don't want to go through this again. You've been given the opportunity to have a conscious say in your destiny. See, very special there, Divine Feminine. You and the Divine Masculine. So the answer is Simple Oracle Cards by Sonia Coquette. The answer is simple. Say yes. Oh, wow. Number 35. 3 and 5 is 8. So this is about divine timing. This is about infinity. This is about, if this is about your relationship, then this is about a friendship or a relationship that is going to last forever. Stability, passion, kindness, and walking on the same path towards each other. Say yes. So, for those of you who this reading has resonated with, that's your advice. Others of you that this reading didn't resonate with, but you got into this part, if there was a lingering question that you were wrestling with, I think you're being told, go for it. Say yes. Accept this person who applies for this job to be your apprentice. Okay? Accept the offering that you may be getting from your Divine Masculine, if that is part of your life still these days, if that's something that is part of your journey. Because you're still divine whether you have a masculine or not, or whether you have a feminine or not. You are still divine, all on your own. Remember that. There is no wrong answer, but the answer is simple. Say yes. The ego gets fearful and is afraid to commit. It holds back, it hesitates, it doesn't dare be vulnerable. It waits until it's absolutely sure that it will be safe before it acts. The trouble with this approach to life is that the ego never feels safe. So it never acts, it only reacts. The spirit, on the other hand, knows that the minute you hesitate, you miss your moment, because life never stops, but rather flows. And it's now inviting you to flow with it. Don't allow your ego to hold you back from the gorgeous opportunities in front of you. Take a chance and trust life as it unfolds. Seize the moment, grab the brass ring, run with the ball, and go for life. You're being asked to step into the flow, and you don't want to miss out. Don't hesitate. Say yes to life and act now. I say, well, for those of you who picked pack number 3, those are your messages. So Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and whoever else is led to watch this video, sounds like you're being told to say yes, and at the bottom of the deck, invest in your spirit. Shay, number 45. That's a message from your ancestors and your ego, your divine family. They're invested in you, and they want you to invest in them. So, follow your guidance and say yes to this adventure. this is what you were meant to do. So, thank you so much for allowing me to bring you these messages and share them with you. And I just hope that everybody is going to have a great day, a great weekend, and whatever this is, whatever this is, whatever this is, say yes. Say yes. All right? Okay, we'll be talking to y'all real soon. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these messages. And I will be starting the readings for the month of March pretty soon. All right, so I will be talking to you all real soon. And say yes. Be well. Namaste. Peace.